Guys, is it okay to start off a comedy show by crying? Thank you. Thank you for really from the bottom of my heart, and it makes me sad that I actually live in Colona. I should live here instead. I live in Colona for 2 years. I'm sorry, Penticton, but I live there. It's not because I like it. It's because I live there because I'm too afraid to drive out on the Coquihalla Highway again. I only wanted to go once, and I went with my family, and it started off like a nice drive because it's flat leaving Vancouver, and then you get to a town called Hope. And it's like, oh, it's so nice. And they filmed First Blood, my favorite movie there. There's a statue of Stallone. It's like, I love Hope. Let's get a pie. You guys do it too. And then you get a pie and Hope. And then you start driving away from Hope. And then 20 minutes after that, you realize that Hope doesn't exist anymore. Because you just get out of a tunnel and then everything turns black and windy. And then the next town is Merritt and they don't have hope. And and it keeps on getting scarier. It's like, we gotta keep on going. And I'm from Ontario, and I don't know if you know this, but roads don't need to be designed like that. It's like roller coasters need to be designed like that, but roads, no. It's like, I don't like changing lanes because the wind tells me to. That's very bad. And it's 2025, and there's not too many places where you can't get the internet anymore. But there's 5 places on the Coquihalla where you can't listen to Spotify because the internet is afraid of the road. It's like, fuck this, I'll meet you after the connector, I'm scared. I'm too smart for this. And then you keep on going higher in the air, and then you have to come down. And then I was driving downhill for it seemed like 27 minutes. And for some reason, it felt like a dangerous thing to push my brakes for the first time driving. And it's going and then like flames started showing up on the hood of my car because I was entering the atmosphere again like Apollo 13. And everybody was screaming. It's like, oh, we're gonna die. The mirror burnt off. And then we got to flat land, and it's like, we're gonna live here for the rest of our lives. Live here. But that was West Kelowna, so it's like, no, we're not safe yet. It's like, fuck this, drive faster, it sucks. And then you have to do like the most dangerous part of the drive because then you have to cross the bridge to get to Colona proper. And I almost get into a car accident every time. And it's not my fault, it kind of is because I got distracted by one of the 197 billboards that they decided to put on the bridge. And the first time I was driving my car and it was like, oh, there's a lot of billboards, and I swerved because I thought one of the billboards was advertising a sex worker. And I was like, oh, what is that? And I looked around, I was like, oh, it's okay. It's just a real estate agent. That's how they look now. You can tell it's a very bad economy because everybody on the bridge is fucking desperate to sell you a house. It's like even the guys, as soon as you drive on, there's a guy with a blue blazer who's like, oh. And he told the Photoshop guys, like, can you make my eyes look like blue Gatorade? And then there's like the 2 Iranian guys with beards and shadows that are like back to back, and they're like, buy a house or I'll kill your fucking family. And then I don't know when the last time you guys were over the bridge because we have a Costco and you don't. And then and so like the one is like there's the Amanda, she's the queen of the real estate jungle. Yes, and there's a woman who's sitting on a throne petting a snake because that's what you want to associate with your first home. A serpent. And she has a bra that has like feathers on, and her cleavage is making a shadow on the billboard. It has nothing to do with hell. That's the one that made me swerve my car. And I had to pretend to my wife. It's like, oh, it's fucking disgusting. It's like, what? Why would she do that? It's like... And I bet every day at 5 p.m. there's a bunch of guys with dusty Carhartts going to their office being like, what do you mean buy a house? I didn't come for that. Where's the girl with the snake? I got 520s. And it's like, who decided to put that many billboards on a turn on a bridge that doesn't have a guardrail? It's like you can't pay attention to the road because you're driving through Instagram. It's just like mortgages, blowjobs. Okay, cool. You guys didn't like my jokes, but when I drank water, it's like, oh, he's gonna shut up now. It's like, keep on drinking. Thank you. That's my confidence. Okay, before the show, I was watching something on YouTube, and they were advertising Ray-Ban smart glasses that you could take selfies with, like, thinking. Yeah, this is the last thing before, like, wireless earphones are inconvenient to lose, so let's just screw it into our heads and turn into robots. This is terrifying. We let too much technology in. And this started with, like, I don't believe in much. But what I think I believe in is we shouldn't go to self-checkout aisles. That's how it started. Yeah, some of you, do you like self-checkout aisles? Oh, you don't? Yeah, it looks like, yeah. It doesn't seem like you should talk to many people anyway, but it's good for you. Yeah, I don't like it, and it conflicted with my morals because I actually had to go to the self-checkout aisle because my wife drank something and thought I was attractive and we needed condoms. And it's like I didn't want to talk to my cashier because she doesn't believe that's my size, and I went to did it that way, and I felt really wrong about going to the self-checkout aisles because, like, I come from a family, we have a long lineage of every person in my family has owned the grocery store at least once. And it's like even my grandfather's house was on top of his grocery store. And, like, for Christmas, we had to work in the store for 2 hours before we got our presents. And, like, one of the first stocking stuffers I ever got was a box cutter when I was 6. Because my hands have Olympics of, like, you have to learn how to slice the boxes of rice open. You got to put a piece of cardboard so you don't nip the bags. It's very technical, ladies and gentlemen. And it's like that. And then, and my dad was a manager of a store called Lanzariso's Wholesale Cash and Carry. And it was in Ontario. You guys were customers. And then it was in Ontario, and before I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, I actually said out loud that I wanted to live in my father's footsteps and be a manager of a wholesale cash and carry. Because you don't understand that, like, in the mid-90s, if you were in the grocery business, you were living a very lavish life. It's like people were still smoking like it was good for you. And bottled water just came online, so there was like Evian reps that would give my dad like free golf clubs, and we ate at good restaurants, and they gave us clothes. It's like in high school, me and my siblings looked like NASCAR drivers. Because we just had logos like Evian, Mars, and Kellogg's. And we were like the logo people. And my dad's store was directly in competition against Costco. And that's why his store doesn't exist anymore. But the waitress just felt sorry for me. It's a comedy show. And every night we had dinner as a family, my dad let us know how much he fundamentally hated Costco. Like, philosophically, he's like, they don't even give you fucking bags. What kind of a store is this? And it's like, never shop at Costco. And I actually stopped talking to friends in high school because I found out their parents shopped at Costco. And then eventually I left home and I moved away by myself. And I was very young for my Italian family. In their opinion, I was 28. And they're like, you're just a baby. And I moved to Vancouver, and I was living with 2 PhD students. And they're just smart people, or so I thought. Because one Saturday afternoon, they're like, we got to go to Costco to buy toilet paper. And I was like, my skin went cold. And it's like, as a 28-year-old man, I went to Costco for the first time, at first to protect my friends from these monsters. But then at 28 years old, I walked into Costco. Do you remember the moment when you found out that your father is not the hero you thought he was? And he's a liar that doesn't want you to enjoy your life? It's like, as soon as you walk in, it's like, why are these giant TVs so cheap? And then there's a guy with a Dixie cup full of chopped sausage, and it's like, just, and even when I have my kids with me, he just puts it in my mouth for me. It's like, it's an amazing store. And then I got the black membership, the executive, and it pays for itself if you buy tires. And then I had to hide as an adult that I shopped at Costco from my dad, because the first time he visited me when I lived in Vancouver, did my dad want to go to Cypress Mountain to see where Olympic gold was won for the first time? No. Did he want to go see the mountains? No. He said, take me to the grocery store that you shop at. I want to see the frozen food section. Maybe I didn't explain my dad enough to make that as hilarious as it is. It's like, my dad's made it in business. He has an Acura RDX with like the red racing stripe and special leather in the interior. And it's got a $20,000 Bose sound system in it. And every day he just listens to 680 fucking news. And it's like, he listens to it like music too. He's like, oh yeah, the market's down. Yeah, business. And it's like, take me to your grocery store. And it's like, let's have some fun. It's like, okay, Dad. And then it's like, I was in the washroom and he went in my cupboard and then he saw a Kirkland bag. And he was like, what, are you shopping at Costco? I was like, no, Dad, it was a friend brought it over. It was a friend. Actually, he was a friend. I don't talk to them anymore. Actually, they're dead. I shot them in the face. They brought the Kirkland fries over and I just fucking shot him. I said, don't do this. And then my dad was like, that's my son. It's like, nice. Cool. And then a few years ago, I was back visiting Toronto, and I had an anxiety attack because my family is mostly like me, and I only signed up for the free version of BetterHelp.com. So I'm good for an anxiety attack once a year. And my dad was very nice, and he drove me to the hospital. But then I noticed he was walking away from me, and he left me on the floor as I was writhing in pain because he went in my wallet to find my health card, and he saw the black Costco membership. And I just heard his scream. I was like, oh, fuck you. And he went to the maternity ward to find a better son than me. So I broke his heart. And yeah, thank you. Yeah. And my first real job was working for my dad at the wholesale grocers, and he put me as a cashier, and which was not good for my mind in my 20s, and because people were still buying a lot of cigarettes, Evian water, and Mars, and I was counting like $5,000 in like one transaction. I used to be somebody. And it was still like the mid-90s, and smacking was mildly still allowed. And but you didn't even have to be a parent to smack. Incompetence, and I worked in a store full of first cousins, so I didn't have any hair on this side of my head for a while. And it was like, if I didn't put the heads of my 20s all in one direction, my dad would get on the PAs like, someone smack him, he's fucking up. And then if I did, the big one was like, if I didn't make eye contact with every customer. It's like, that's bad customer service. And then it would go to like family dinners. It's like, guess who doesn't like making eye contact with his customers? It's like, Joe, what's the matter with you? It's like, I'm sorry, Aunt Rose. That's how she sounds. And that's why I don't like going to self-checkout aisles. You guys forgot. And then and I was doing I was doing some research, and by research I mean I was on Google while I was taking a dump. Okay, I'm a professional. And then I found out that they're closing down a lot of self-checkout aisles in the States because people are stealing a lot, like that lady. That's why she likes it, maybe. Is that why? Do you steal at self-checkout aisles? You should try. They're giving you the opportunity. I got caught I started flashing red because of steaks. They got the weight, it's digital, no good. But then, because I always try to support like the old cashiers, and I don't like, because like I read too much science fiction when I was a kid to like trust this technology. And I don't know, the last time I was at the self-checkout aisle, the machine said T100. I don't know, the last time you watched Terminator 2, but that means 10 more machines and we're fucked. It's no good. So I go to like these old school cashiers. I like Denise's. I was trained by a Denise. And I go to the Freshco in my neighborhood, and Denise still thinks that Players Lights are good for you, and I think she's saying hello, but it just kind of starts out with hi. She's got wispy hair, and then like sometimes when I have my 16-month-old son with me and he's very cute, and she's like and then she sounds like a Chevrolet trying to start in cold weather. And then I really hurt her feelings, because I tried, when I went to the self-checkout aisle buying condoms, I tried to go through the chip aisle and then sneak, but she was like cleaning her till waiting for a customer, and then she just like made eye contact with me and was like, ah. And it looked like I was making eye contact with an endangered species. Because cashiers are going extinct, is like, she had the same look as the seal from the Planet Earth documentary after she's being run down by the orca. That's not good for a punchline, sadness and blood, but it's important. And like, you're taking these people's jobs. Don't go to the self-check. But how about this one? There's some ladies like her who knows that being a cashier is an important thing, but then there's the millennial teenagers. Yeah. They want you to go to the self-checkout aisle because they're finishing their Instagram post, but I found out there's a loophole. You go to like one of the millennials, and then they don't even say hello. There's no customer service. The only thing that young cashiers say to you is debit or credit. They say debit or credit, they swing the machine over, and then they turn their back to finish the tweet. But I found a loophole in the grocery stores, and what you could do is you go to those cashiers and you buy something that's $16.42. and then give them 3 $20 bills. Watch the magic. The last one I got started crying. She was like, "Oh, I'm not trained for this. Debit or credit? Debit or credit?" And then I was like, "It's okay. I used to be a cashier. Just give me 75 back." Yeah. They're like ATMs. It's fantastic. I don't want this to end. And actually, I think I gotta pee a little, but that wasn't part of the routine. That was my feelings. Yeah, I'm afraid of addictions. I kind of like, I never thought I was addicted to things. And I'm a marijuana smoker. Yeah, thank you. And marijuana is legal because they say it's a harmless drug and it's not addictive. Yeah. Well, let me ask you, like, if you're at your last joint and you sneeze while you're rolling this joint, tell me it's not addictive now as you're scraping through the carpets of your car and you make a mountain of, like, lint and there's a little bit of, like, automotive carpet fiber in there and it's like, I'm gonna have to smoke this and tell me it's not addictive. And I lived in France for a year, and it's funny because in Amsterdam it's legal, in Barcelona it's legal, in France it's like we smoke cigarettes and drink. And then take that out of the album, that's not a good French accent. But the impression guy is coming next week. But yeah, and I couldn't find weed anywhere, and I found out like there was no way to like I was like maybe alcohol and coffee nothing happened, and then finally I started doing comedy in Paris, and I met a comedian from Amsterdam, and I was like, "Oh, you're from Amsterdam?" He's like, "Yeah, you smoke weed?" He's like, "Every day," and I started sucking on his fingers. Because I thought it would give me a buzz, and it's like, oh, wow, and then, okay, I got a problem. I think I have a problem, and I quit marijuana today, just because I'm on stage for an hour. And it's really difficult, and because the thing is like, I'm safe. I was never invited to the cocaine people. You guys seem disappointed, and then and it's interesting because like there's a lot of comedians do cocaine, and I started doing comedy at a pizza shop in Vancouver, and I thought just everybody liked me, but I found out that everybody was on cocaine, and I was even offered cocaine, and I didn't even know it because a guy went to me and was like, "Hey, do you party?" And I was like, "I don't know. Are you talking about glow-in-the-dark bowling?" And then he walked away, and then I was so naive too, because at this pizza shop I saw like 5 of my guy friend comics go into the washroom at the same time. And it was a very small washroom, and all I thought was, oh, this pizza really makes you shit your pants. And then they all came out and they were like rubbing their noses like the fucking pepperoni's burning their nostrils because of shitty ingredients, and then I got in trouble because I told everybody not to eat the pizza. Yeah, so I'm safe from cocaine, but there's still addictions. My theory is like everybody's addicted to something somehow, and it's like for me with marijuana, it's not just marijuana, it's marijuana and Genesis from the 80s, and then some junk food happens, and that's the real drug. I don't think I do marijuana. I think I just smoke joints so Doritos taste better. Because you don't eat them when you're so. And then, and let me ask you, as like, if you're an adult, as an adult person, have you eaten Doritos with another adult when it's daytime? No way. You don't even put your curtains down. You go to Home Depot and buy plywood and don't make anybody see you. The last time my wife saw me eating Doritos, she's like, I'm leaving you. And it's like, I've done research. It's like, that's the real Walter White. Is like the guy who invented Doritos. His name was Arch West. And he was obsessed with nachos, obviously. And he found a way to like mess with your taste buds. It's all of the 5 things that your taste buds like are on the Dorito. And on top of that, it's designed to fracture and sprinkle the cheese dust. Now you have no control. And on top of it, this man loved his invention so much that at his funeral, when his casket was being lowered into the earth, instead of roses, they had a basket of Doritos that people were sprinkling his kids. Now that's a real drug, ladies and gentlemen, because like the last time I had Doritos, I tried to be a human about it. I even opened the bag with scissors. I opened the bag with scissors, and I had a dry paper towel and 2 wet ones to be a human, but it didn't work because I took 1 bite and then I just turned into a scrapyard crane. And just saw a white light and just started shoveling debris into my mouth. And then I always get cuts on the side of my lips because I stack them horizontally to increase the flavor factor. And I bleed out and then I look like a cheesy vampire. Nachosferatu. And it like just... You could do crack for 1 year and not look as bad as a guy who's been eating Doritos for 15 minutes. You get yellow stains on your jeans, your fingernails are all fucked up, you're sweating and rocking and shaking back and forth. It's like how many crackheads turn a plastic bag inside out to suck the flavor off of a plastic bag, and then you see your sadness in the reflection. It's like, you should leave me, wife. And that wasn't even the worst one. The worst one was because of the grocery business, we pretty much had free water for life. And as an Italian family, we always had a bottle of Perrier or San Pellegrino. Okay, that's a lot. But I agree. But just keep it in. I love it too. And then it's supposed to help you burp. It's good for the digestion after you eat. And then I moved away from my grocery family. I had to buy Perrier myself. Now I'm spending $50 a month on Perrier. That's a lot. And then my PhD friends thought they were doing me a favor. It was like, you could go to London Drugs and spend $250 and there's a machine that makes soda water. Has anybody heard of a SodaStream? And I don't know if that's real or the marijuana. It's like I think I heard that in my head. But yeah, so a SodaStream is a machine that allows you to take tap water and then you put it in a machine, you hold a button down, a light comes up, and now you have spritzy water. Man was not meant to have this type of power. This is too much for us. It started off innocent. Whereas like we invited some friends over, we cut up lemons and limes, and we had a spritz party. It was nice. And then one friend is like brought over this syrup to make lavender root beer. And then all of a sudden we're making root beer. It's like, look at us fancy people. And then marijuana was involved, and I found out a machine. So if you go to like 3 bubbles on the SodaStream, that's a very peppery spritz, ladies and gentlemen. But what you could do is you could go down to 3 bubbles, take the bottle out, put it in, go back to 3 bubbles again. Let's do the math. That's 6 bubbles, ladies and gentlemen. Why stop there? 9 bubbles. So have you ever had 9 bubble spritz carbonated water? It's like, now you're drinking it in shot glasses because it's so intense. It's so intense that it throws your head back like you're Ray Liotta at the end of Goodfellas. And it's like, all my life I just wanted to make root beer. And then and then you're alone, you're by yourself because you can't invite friends over anymore because if you're blowing 9 bubble spritzes, we're talking about you're going through 3 tanks a week and those things are $35.99 plus tax. Now you're outside of the grocery store doing desperate things. I don't want to be disgusting. To get your bubble gas. And it's like, who needs to do cocaine if you're brushing your teeth with carbonated water every morning? It's like, this is a life that Tony Montana wishes he lived. And I was alone. I had no friends. I was lonely. I just finished watching Pretty Woman. And then I looked on the counter and there was a measuring cup full of chicken broth. And I was like, wait a second. Do you think I would lie to you just for a joke? Have you ever had carbonated chicken soup, ma'am? I have. It's delicious. Disgusting. Because chicken fat's not meant to have bubbles in it, but it's possible. I've done it many times. And I also recommend chili a la spritz. Yeah. They don't have groups for this one. It's really hard. And then I found, I realized when I was at the lowest low, is when I looked at my bathtub and it's like, how many bottles? Have you ever taken a bath in 12 bubble spritz carbonated water, sir? I can tell. It looks like you're not smiling as much as you could be. This is I don't even scrub anymore. I don't even scrub it. And one time I put a little bit of baking soda and it's like I had to have a cigarette after my bath, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm also at the point in my life where I get really disappointed by screws of a low quality. This is where I got some friends here. You look like a guy who can start a chainsaw with one pull. So you seem like a guy who appreciates that stuff. Is like, you look like you make your husband put things together, but and don't get it. So what happened was, when I moved to the Okanagan, my comedy career wasn't going so great. Oh, no kidding. I got a job delivering parts for an electrical company. And they sent me to a store called BC Fasteners. Yeah. Yeah. There's always one. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're fucked, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very important place, and I didn't know that, because the first time I said to my boss, is like, why don't we just buy these at Home Depot? He's like, those are retail screws. He's like, what do you mean retail screws? And he's like, oh, because they're like shitty metal to keep the cost down. They bend, they don't perform well. And it's like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, so he sent me to BC Fasteners. He's like, go here, but he looked like both ways down the street first, and then he gave me the business card. They're kind of like Fight Club. They don't want civilians in there. Their business card doesn't even have a logo. It's just black and white BC Fasteners, stay out. Because the most intimidating thing I had to do as a grown man was buy screws and go to the counter, and I call them the 3 wise men. Because it looks like they haven't smiled in like 5 years. And it looks like if they do smile, it's going to hurt their face because their muscles are stuck just looking at spreadsheets. Does anybody know anybody who works at BC Fasteners? No. They don't go out at night. They're doing a very stressful job. And it was like the first time I went there, I got in, it said in the BC Fasteners customer service manual, it says in bold letters, don't waste time smiling. So I got in trouble because I went to the counter and I was like, hi, how's it going? And he was just like, just tell me what you need. I wasted his time and it's like, okay, I need a 43.5-inch number 2 Robertsons. And he was like, that doesn't even fucking exist. What do you mean? He's like, number 2 is the size of the bit. You're talking about a number 8, but number 8 only goes up to 2.5 inch. So you're talking about a number 10, and you don't have to say Robertson. Everybody knows it's a Robertson. I'm so sorry. Can I still buy them? And the answer is no. They don't just sell you the screw. They have to ask you what you're building with it first. And I was like, I'm building a crib. He's like, what, for a fucking rhinoceros? And I'm like, why? And he's like, what kind of wood are you using? I was like, 5/8 plywood. He's like, that's too much screw. It's like, too much screw? And he's like, yeah, it's too much power. You're going to blow out the side of the wood. And then his face just turned red and he's like, oh, fucking kids. And then he went to the other side of the counter. He's like, hey, Jeff, this fucking kid wanted 43.5-inch number 10 to build a crib. And Jeff was like, what, for a fucking rhinoceros? That's too much screw. He's like, I know, I'm sorry. And the only thing that saved my life is like a guy came in and he was looking for a bolt for his car. And he was like, can I get a 5/8? And then he stopped it right there. He's like, that's fucking automotive. We're BC Fasteners, concrete and wood. Go to Princess Auto, you piece of shit. Yeah. And I swear one tear rolled down his cheek and he's like, you fucking people. And he was so upset. And then I felt like I was in the club because Jeff went to me and was like, if anybody's using 5/8 nowadays, they should be shot and pissed on. I didn't even write that for the end of the joke, ladies and gentlemen. A grown man said that. Because that's what he believes in, because it's important. And then it started me on a journey of like real knowledge. University doesn't teach you this, but I started going again on the shitter, the history of screws. And it's very fascinating. Apparently it shows up, I seem like I've lost you. There's only 30 more minutes of screw jokes. But and it's not a joke. I'm not joking. I want to tell you, this is important. So it shows up in the 1500s in jousting armor. And it's like all we got is, because it's made out of wood, it's the flathead. Oh, wow. The shittiest screw. But it stays around, and it's like, okay, boats and stuff. But then the Industrial Revolution happens after the early 1900s. And screws are getting bigger. We have to build skyscrapers, bigger boats. And people, like the flathead is just falling out of the bit. And people are losing their fingertips left and right on the job site. And now it's the early 1900s, and we see the advent of bowling. So now everybody's looking at their mangled fingertips and being like, wow, these have never been more important than right now. So there's a gentleman in Milton, Ontario in 1911. Wait for it. And then you might have heard of him. His last name is Robertson. And if you're a good Canadian, it's Robbie. Pass me the red Robbie, please. And this guy, he creates a tapered square that now I can just put it in the bit and I can screw with one hand. Now I can go bowling with Al on Tuesday. It was the greatest invention, and everybody started loving the Robertson screw. So he's opening up a factory in England, and you know what stopped the Robertson screw from dominating Europe? The Bolshevik Revolution. They had to shut down the factory to make firing pins for the rifles for Russian soldiers. How ironic that a screw was stopped by a revolution. It's a thinker. And while this is happening, ladies and gentlemen, there was a slimy piece of shit in Oregon who designed his own screw. You might have heard of him. His last name is Phillips. Cocksucker. And then also known as the Star. And let me ask you, what kind of star only has 4 points? A shitty one. So if you want like a cool Netflix show about backdoor deals and scandals, it's Screws. It's very interesting shit. Maybe you didn't do enough coke, but it's very interesting. And then I started like thinking about it too, like this is the real value on the earth. It's like people are looking at a Bitcoin is new money. I got a bit for you. It's a Robertson bit. Because that's a valuable piece of metal. So I started a movement, and I got in a lot of trouble earlier this week because I went to Starbucks, and I wanted to pay for my mocha, and I put down 9 2.5-inch, number 8, self-tapping galvanized Robertson screws. Yeah. And the lady at the counter looked at me just about as weird as you're looking at me right now. And I was like, why? And then I realized it's like, oh yeah, I overpaid and I took 3 back. Because that's real value, ladies and gentlemen, is like a screw versus, you want coins? Fine, take the loonie, it's worthless. It's a flat piece of metal with a dead person's face on it. If the nuclear holocaust happens, ladies and gentlemen, is like you don't need a loonie, you need a 3.5-inch galvanized deck screw. So, okay, I built the crib, and my son is 16 months old now, and that was kind of the last time I had a romantic event with my wife. Yeah, I'm trying to spice things up a little bit. And so I think what happened is, like, I'm still traumatized from the pregnancy that my wife went through. And I should say that the last pregnancy that we went through, my wife went to 42 weeks. Women always know, and men seem very perplexed by that. 42 weeks is the end of the video game, gents. That's the hardest level. And you die, and fireballs come out of the mouth, and also because at 36 weeks of being pregnant, my wife also developed amnesia and forgot that she wanted to be pregnant in the first place. And woke up every morning very surprised and upset that she was still pregnant. It's like, oh, good morning. What the fuck? Fuck you! Fuck you! Go to Costco! And then, so it got scary because at week 40, the midwives and the doctors started calling and saying, we need to come up with a strategy if we get to week 42. And it's like, no one really tells you what happens at week 42, after week 42, but it seems like the baby explodes. Because they start like getting solutions like, we got a powerful vacuum cleaner. And like crazy stuff, and my wife went to doing natural remedies to get our baby out as fast as possible. And I don't want to say that natural remedies don't work, but they work very slowly, almost like they don't. And then the first solution was to get raspberry leaves and make a tea with boiled dates. Yeah, Jesus Christ is right. That's how they got him out. And then, I think the dates make like a grease layer, because we're trying to get like a torpedo out of the hatch. And raspberry leaves are more expensive than marijuana, and you can't smoke them. It burns your throat. I tried. That was $60, no good. And then the next method we found was called Rebozo. Seems like my wife is the only subscriber to that Instagram page. Yeah, Rebozo is a technique that aligns your ligaments so that the baby can be happy to come out. And what happens is that you have to buy a special linen towel on a website, and it costs $87 plus tax. And then your wife has to get on all fours and then droop her pregnant belly down. And then you have to get underneath her belly with the towel and then suck her up. And then you proceed to buff your wife like a fucking bowling ball. Is it working? It's like, oh, stop yelling. And I think it didn't work, and I think it fucked up my son's nose a bit. Because he came out looking like he was a boxer in his past life. He's like, you know, Dad, it's not how many times you were born, but... And it was like, what? Oh, so no good. That didn't work. And then the third method that my wife found from the same website was, if you want to induce a delivery, you need to have sex with your pregnant wife. You guys seem just about as scared as I was for that. Because it was counterintuitive, because if you went to me when I was 16 years old and said, Joey, every day at 5:30 p.m., there's going to be a woman screaming at you to have sex with her, I would be like, oh yeah, sure, cut off my right arm. You can take both of them. I love sex. I'll just do this. It's like every day at 5:30? That sounds wonderful. But in reality, and it sounded kind of counterintuitive to have sex to get him out, because that's kind of how we got him stuck in there in the first place. And I didn't want to start a traffic jam, but then, yeah, in reality, at 5:30 p.m., when a 42-week pregnant woman is coming to you crying, and just be like, take your fucking pants off right now, you piece of shit. Just take your fucking pants off. Stop crying. I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. Take your pants off right now. Get busy. We gotta get this thing out of me. Fuck you. And I should tell you, it's very hard to perform. That night, and I found out eventually how to make a vagina wet, but I learned it's not from crying on it. As it turns out, the more you cry, the drier it gets. And I swear, at 42 weeks pregnant, my wife was so stretched that I saw my son's face just put it like a stained glass window, and he was just minding his own business. He was so peaceful. That's the wrong time to feel your baby kick, ladies and gentlemen. It was like, I think he's giving me a high five, and he was just there minding his own business, and then all of a sudden... And then he came out right away. He's like, fucking stop! That's it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
This is the most intimate thing I've ever done with a stranger. I feel like we should know each other before we shave sweaters together. I don't feel like I'm gonna make people laugh tonight.
what happened is I signed the contract to do this thing because it seemed like the right thing to do, because why do comedy for free forever? I'll tell you why, because it's way more fun when you do it for free, and then it starts hurting when this happens. So I sign a contract, thank you, and then I have a lot of self-doubt, and I'm doing a comedy special now. Yeah, you'd think it would like relax me, but it peeled me apart as a human. I spent a lot of money on therapy, which apparently is not covered in the production costs. I'm doing a weightlifting, which no one can really tell, but it's supposed to relax my mind. Yeah, it's been going good, so I meditate, and it's doing nothing also. And then this is it. I could actually, the worst case scenario is we could find out I'm a choke artist. And then, yeah, why invest in me at all? But then I think someone's coming. Oh, you can come in. This is a terrible rant. Yeah.
I love those lint blade things.
Yeah. Should have a sticky one too. Jesus Christ, this fucking sucks, guys. Miss Colona even sent me a voice message. There's a waitress at Dakota's, and when she sees me nervous in the hallway, she always like, relax your shit. Oh, Miss Colona, your message was very humbling, as you can understand as a man of your stature. I'm in a kind of a green room. It's a converted Airbnb, and they got a camera on me. I'm supposed to say funny things for the B-roll, and we're finding out that they spent money on the wrong guy. But hey, whatever, fool me once. And you and Sophie, hope you guys are well. And yeah, you believed in the wrong pony. But we'll have dinner next time. Ciao. Tell me what you want from me.